Alright, my peoples. So, I'm sitting on the side of the road taking a break. I finally got away from that beach. I was there for like 3 hours. But I finished my coffee and then I'm soaking some rice for later. And yeah, I'm just continuing on. There's a couple things I wanted to mention. One, when I'm walking down the road, even in like my normal life, when I walk down the road, I go on the opposite, like against traffic on that side, on the left side of the road. And I think a lot of people would disagree to not do that, but I think, to me personally, I'd rather see the car coming, especially if it's about swerving out of its lane or something. I don't like the feeling of having the cars to my back, not knowing where they are exactly. Another thing is my scarf. I chose this color. It's just a t-shirt that I cut, but obviously I chose a bright color so that I can leave it out while I'm walking, and it makes me just a little more visible. Because you know, when you got camouflage on, you're invisible to the world. But something else I was gonna mention. The trail so far, from my perspective, it seems like it's just turning into I'm calling it a park hop, because I end up just hopping from park to park because there's so many parks along the coast. But it's not a big deal. It's just, it is what it is. So like I was saying before, I think this is a good trail. You know, if you're not afraid of walking down the road, which, I mean, I've done a lot of that in my life. So, I mean, there's always that in the back of your head. You know, there's a little bit of danger to it. But as long as you stay alert and, you know, make sure that you're visible, and it shouldn't be a problem. But it's a good trail for someone trying to just walk and they're not in the best physical shape. I think it's really good. So, but I guess time will tell. We'll see what kind of results I get from walking this trail. But I mean, I'm feeling stronger already. My feet don't hurt as much as they were on day one. And I'm able to do longer stretches before resting. So right now it's about 1.5 miles to 2 miles. I'll have to stop for about 10 minutes or so just to rest my feet and hydrate and all that. I piss myself off sometimes. You know that? I stopped here. I had to pop in the woods, take a little bathroom break. And as I was going, my glasses fell off my head. And I was like, all right, they're right there. Remember to pick them up once you're done here. And then, I guess while I was getting ready to leave, I stepped on them. And the last pair of glasses, dollar store glasses I had that I just replaced, I've had for like 8 months, maybe longer. These ones lasted 2 days. So pissed. Maybe that's just a sign that I don't need to carry glasses. I mean, I'll tell you what, you really wish you had them on sunny days when you're walking on the roads especially. So, I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'll replace them, but at least I have time to think about it, right? Anyway, I'm about less than a mile from the next restroom state park stop. And I'm going to spend some time there. So with that little detour on the beach, I've only done about 6 miles, which is fine. I'm probably going to eat some lunch, late lunch / dinner when I get there and just relax, chill. And all right, so I made it to the next park, but there's no running water here, which is fine. I still have enough water. I just made some more coffee because I just ate my cold soaked teriyaki rice and chicken, which was good. Better than I expected. So I'll definitely be buying that one again. It's like the Lipton rice sides. And then I'll get the little bags of chicken that Walmart sells, or if not at Walmart, whatever. I could replace that with any type of protein. And then I told you I bought this stuff, Party Mix, which is all crunched up already. I crunch it up when I first get it. And then I usually eat it with my spoon. That way you don't get cheesy fingers. I also got these at the last... Where'd they go? Got these at the Dollar Tree also. These are chocolate covered graham crackers. So I already had some chocolate. I haven't even had any of these yet. But I might do that for a snack later tonight. But the sun's about to go down in a little bit, and there's a beach here, but there is no view. It's totally socked in. And it's funny because the forecast said like sunny all day. But this is a sunny day in Oregon in the winter. But what else? Yeah, so there's another park only about 2.5 miles away, and that one I'm pretty sure has running water. The only problem is that I don't know if I could get there before they close it, so we'll see. But I mean, I could survive through the night into the morning with what I have, or I could go find a water source that's natural, you know, like a stream or something, and collect from there if I really need to. So it's good to have options. So that's why I carry that water filter everywhere. Even when I'm not expecting to need it, I carry it. So I'm just hanging out here on the picnic table. I'm still at the same park. I didn't move on yet, but seems like I might be able to get away with crashing here for a few hours and then moving on. But I could move now, but you know, my feet could use some rest. Because I got them wet today. When you walk in wet socks, it kind of tears your feet up a little bit. But I'm laying down on this picnic table, and it's a nice clear night. It looks like it's raining. That's just a fog, but it's a low fog. And I can see so many stars. It's so beautiful. So I'm quite content here right now. But if you see the fence there's an ocean view. But I can hear it from here, but I can't see it. But I just cracked myself up because I was, and it's pretty cold because it's clear out. I could definitely see my breath this time. So I don't know what the temperature is. It's probably about 38 or so, maybe 40 tops. So I just wanted to turn the light off so I don't attract attention to myself. And then as soon as I did that, somebody started down the trail with the light of their own. So it must have been my sixth sense. But as I was saying, I kind of cracked myself up because I'm laying here looking at the stars, and I took a whiff of myself, my clothes, and I was like, what is that smell? I was trying to describe it in the other video. I'm like, it's like I said, it's not bad, but it's like familiar almost and weird. And then I realized that I smell like a pet shop. Like, it took me like 2 days to realize it after smelling it, and I'm like, oh, that's what that is. Like, I don't know, I smell just like the inside of a pet shop does. And I mean, to me, that smell, it's not necessarily a bad smell, and it's not a great smell, but that's kind of how I smell. So it's the next morning. I'm already on the road, but I must have passed about $200 worth of cans so far. If only I had a means to collect them. Like, I could carry a big trash bag, collect some as I go. But even the biggest trash bag only holds about maybe $20 worth of cans if you're lucky. And believe it or not, the weight of those cans adds up real quick. So it's not really feasible for me to collect cans on the way. But if only I could pay for this whole hike with just cans probably. I could probably get all new gear and everything eventually. But anyway, just beyond those trees, there's a nice little campsite. There's a little trail I just passed, right where that blue marker is. But I'm continuing on. I'm gonna hit that next park and get water. I still have like half my peanut butter jar of coffee and a couple sips of water in my bottle. So I'm in no danger, but then I'm gonna go on to Seal Rock, which is a little town in between before you hit Walport. There's a town called Seal Rock. I've given Gore-Tex many chances in my life. I used to have a Gore-Tex outer shell rain jacket, and they hold up really well when they're brand new. They'll repel the rain for like a good 4 hours before they start failing and all that. But I guess this bivy is a little older than I thought it was, but it's doing its job. I mean, Gore-Tex is still worth the money, in my opinion. It makes a great outer shell, like it makes a great wind, like what do you call that? Windbreaker. So last night I was actually just on the edge of cold. I wasn't cold, but my body was telling me, while I was sleeping, that, if it was any colder, you wouldn't be having a great time. So I woke up a couple times, but I was able to fall right back asleep and stay warm. And there's some tricks, you do some crunches in your bag, or just flex your muscles and, build up a little heat. And that was enough to just put me right back to sleep, because it was right on the edge. It wasn't. But this military sleep system I bought, I'm pretty sure it's a knockoff. So the Gore-Tex bivy I got with it was an official one, but it was a really old one. And I traded it for this one because this one's lighter, the one that I have now. There's another can, 10 cents a piece. So I traded it for this one because it's lighter, and it's still doing about the job that I expect the Gore-Tex bivy to do. But I mean, I've had 2 different military sleep systems in the past, and I've always ended up ditching the bivy. That was the first thing I ditched. Nights like last night don't happen that often. It hardly ever gets that cold. It'll probably dip down to about 35 or so, which doesn't sound that cold to some of you probably that live in like Wisconsin, but combined with the dew, it didn't rain, but there was a lot of dew and like sea mist, ocean spray, whatever you call it. So that contributed to my bag that was already damp. So those are my thoughts right now. But it'd be really nice if I had my sunglasses right now. There we go, you guys. This is actually a different park, even though the other park is right down the beach that way. But I'm pretty sure this is the one. Hopefully they got running water. We'll find out. This is one impressive bathroom. Crazy. Looks more like a locker room. Anyway, let's see. Yes. So I'm gonna finish my coffee because I need my cup empty to fill my other bottle, because my bottle doesn't fit under that faucet. That's what I was talking about. So I think I'm gonna find a picnic table and hang out and have my coffee first. I think because of the old coronavirus that they're not locking the bathrooms, because they have signs up that say limited service. So I think that the Rangers are only coming once a day in the morning to clean, and they don't come a second time to lock up and stuff. But that's just a guess. I'm not sure if that's the truth, but also wanted to add, there's no electricity here, which is okay. I didn't really expect it. At least I got clean water. So I came across this place. I'm just outside of Seal Rock. But I'm wondering, I mean, maybe this place is closed down for good. I don't know. But what would it take to slap some more plywood up there and paint a new sign? It just says bear. Wood carve. Okay, maybe that's the whole sign. I'm not sure now. Anyway, they do good work, whoever it is. Well, I'm gonna check out the front here. Look at this guy. He looks like my Uncle Siverio. A little bit. Does he have the same hands? I don't know. Mom and Dad, let me know what you think. Siverio or no? He's pretty good. Look at this guy. I don't think I could bend like that no more. I could still touch my toes, but not like that. It's cool. You know, he should put more examples, or she, whoever does this work. I like this one. But I think they're close. Let's see. Business hours. It just says we're open. If I had a place, I always wanted like raw lumber countertops and stuff like that, especially in like the kitchen. That way the whole countertop is a cutting board. But now I know where to come, where, you know, if anybody lives around here and they want to do that, they sell cedar slabs, cedar planks. Anywho, let's go to Cedar Rock. So I just passed a bunch of places, say like fudge, ice cream, sweets, and that was no problem for me. Not really my thing. I mean, I like sweet stuff, but then I come across this place. And this is what tempted me. Not that I'm gonna stop in here. I don't think they're even open. It's too early. But now I'm craving sushi. I don't think like it's for sale. They're not even open at all. Oh, I would love some Japanese. Anyway, not gonna happen. Oh, facilities. I don't even really need anything here. I don't even have to pee. Unless they have a power outlet. Then I'll be staying for a little while. Let's find out. Oh, I think I see one. Hold on. Oh, yes. And the light is on, which means it's working. All right, well, looks like I'll be spending a little bit here. A little while. There's supposed to be that rock formation, so I'm gonna plug in and I'll show you how I leave my stuff and then go check out the rock. So I just want to show you my setup for charging. Getting one of these cords is, to me, worth the wait and essential. So that way you only take up one plug. That way if there's other people who need to use it, they can. Or you have an extra plug if someone needs to use it. But I'll just put everything like that, especially when I have to leave it. And obviously, I mean, if somebody really wants to take my stuff, they will. But it's a deterrent because they'd have to take the time to root through the pack. So I'm gonna walk over to the rock, get some shots, or wherever, whatever viewpoint they have here. Get some shots of that, and then I'll come back and charge my phone. So it says that this is an important spot for some nesting birds. I'm gonna see if there's another viewpoint of this bigger rock here. But I mean, it's pretty impressive in real life. It's probably as tall as a 6-story building, I would guess. Both of these, that one and this one. This one's a little taller. It would be a dream for someone who likes to do rock climbing. But you're not allowed on there because it's protected. I'm trying to zoom in on those waves a little.
That means you're extra.
Looks like there's a trail. I guess maybe rangers go up there for some reason, or researchers. Check out the nesting colonies. You might say, Lunchbox, don't leave your pack there. Someone's gonna take your stuff. I wouldn't worry. These nerds ain't gonna take my stuff. A little trail here. I think it leads out to the rock. But I use the word nerd as per the KRS-One definition, which is just a normal person, someone that's not, I don't know how to say it. It's not woke, I guess, is the best way to put it with newer terms. But if you don't know who KRS-One is, just look him up. And he drops some serious knowledge just in his interviews and stuff. So here's the other side, looking at this rock. Well, that's why there's a trail, because I didn't know it attaches to the land here. And there's another big rock over there. But yeah, that's another reason why I use so much data, because, you know, I gotta keep up with all my conspiracy theories online. Gotta stay woke. Really though, I mean, I'll listen to any of these conspiracies out there, but I mean, there's almost a little truth in all of them, in my opinion, but you gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt, because there's a lot of lies mixed in. That's the way of the world right now. Let me get over there. This panoramic mode is much more stable, but you don't see as much detail though. This looks nice too. GoPro mode is what I'm calling it. Beautiful though. So I'll be spending at least probably 2 hours I'll be spending here. I'm not going to charge my battery pack all the way, just enough to get me along, because it's the middle of the day. I don't want to waste the whole day here. I'm finally feeling like I could do more. You know, the hike over here was nothing. My feet didn't hurt at all. So I'm gonna roll with it. But like I said, I'm willing to take the extra time to put these videos out for you guys and for myself too. That way in the future, when I'm an old man, that's if YouTube doesn't take them all down or, you know, close down. Because I still don't have the capacity to save all of this. I could put it in a cloud or something, I don't know. I'm not very tech savvy. I know just enough to get by. But whatever, it is what it is. I was never much for taking pictures and videos to begin with anyway. I always figured, you know, the best picture you could take is the one in your head. Because your brain remembers only the best parts usually. Kind of. You know, when you think back on any experience, your brain kind of filters out the negative stuff and remembers the better stuff. And that's kind of why a lot of people are in bad situations with relationships and stuff. And actually, the reason why I started my channel is because I was in a bad, not a sexual relationship. I was in a bad situation with the roommate who was just very controlling and was, you know, keeping me around to be kind of like their little maid and stuff, and I wasn't having it after a while. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But that was really the inspiration for me starting to take videos of me living in my car, because I wanted to make sure that if anybody else is going through this, maybe I have some advice I could give them, or show them that they can get out of that situation. They don't have to worry about being alone or living in a car or, you know, living on the streets. I mean, in my opinion, is you're better off homeless and free, away from the control of controlling people, you know, and away from negativity. Just had a bee accost me. Oh God, here he is. He loves the phone, I don't know why. Get out of here. God. Jeez. I'll take some YouTubes. Anyway, here's the other side of that rock. Path goes all the way around. And there's beach access there. Oof. It is awesome. It reminds me of the Appalachian Mountains. Especially if you're in New Jersey on I-80 going into Pennsylvania. it looks a lot like that. In upstate New York too, see a lot of sheer rock faces along the highway like that. But that's because they were cut just to make the road most of the time. They're not natural. But anyway, it's enough rambling, huh? I gotta charge this puppy. Alright, my peoples. Still at Seal Rock, letting things charge in the bathroom over there. But I just looked into getting more data for my phone plan, and they want to charge you $10 for just 2 gigabytes of data. That's crazy. Like, I use 2 gigabytes in one night, no problem. So that's not worth it. Even if I had the money, it's not worth it. Like, so I'm gonna, I don't know what to do. I want to upload videos as I go. I guess I'm gonna have to wait. I have 18 days left until my plan restarts. So next month I'm gonna have to just, cut down on my video watching, and that way I can save the data so I can upload with it. But yeah, I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to wait until I get to some Wi-Fi in order to upload. Well, I mean, you got 2G. I could upload at 2G. It takes like 2 hours to load. What is it? A gigabyte, which is it's too long. And I'd just run the battery out of my phone if I uploaded that slow. So, well, we'll see. I'm a little disappointed, but, I'll find a way. Always do. Alright, as you can see here, still at the Seal Rock Park. This is the definition of hiker trash. But I'm going to let my sleeping bag dry out. Now, the inside was dry, but the outside, because of body condensation, even if you're in the rain, the outside of both the bivy, I'm going to turn the bivy inside out and dry that too. But so I'm just taking the opportunity, since it's nice and sunny. Nice sunny day. I'm sitting on the rocks here. People are looking at me, but you get used to that, doing things like this. But with that sun, I mean, let me flip her around so you can see how wet it was. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see that it's wet there. So I'm gonna let it dry out and repack it. And the grass is getting it wet all over again. Oh, it's still drier than it was. But I'm gonna have to take a few minutes and sew. This leg came apart, and it's my fault. It came apart because there was like an extra 5 inches of material at the bottom of these thermals, and it was like a cuff. It came down to a cuff, so it was hard to get over. So my thermal layer, I don't take the time to take my pants off and put the thermal layer on under them. When it gets cold, I'll undo my boots, right? And then take my shoe off and just pull the thermal pants over my hiking pants. Because, time is so precious. It's kind of a laziness thing, but, it's just easier in camp, and it's less of a hassle. And you don't have to strip down to your underwear in the cold just to put on your thermal layer. You can just throw it on top. And even when I'm wet, I'll just throw these right on top of wet pants, and your body heat helps it dry that much quicker. So I never understood the concept. People they'll take all their wet clothes off when they get to camp, and they just like ball it up. And sometimes they use it as a pillow, sometimes they hang it up. But then in the morning, hanging up your clothes, especially when it's a damp environment, it never actually gets dry, especially not by morning. So then you end up having to put on cold, wet clothes in the morning, when you could sleep in those clothes if you have the right layers and you're going to be warm. You sleep in the clothes even if they're wet and damp, and then you wake up, usually you're dry. But if you're not, at least you're warm. You're still wet, and you're going to get wet anyway. Like, being wet is just a fact out here. So anyway, the seam came undone because I cut the bottom off, and the thread unraveled itself. So the other night I was putting them on and I just felt it go like, not a rip, just like as it undid itself. So I'm gonna sew that leg back together, and also this. So now I know I have a knockoff pack or a knockoff sleeping bag, because this would not happen. This is starting, where you cinch it to close it around your face and over your head. It's starting to tear there. So I'm gonna reinforce that too while I'm sitting here, since I have the time and it's good weather. So it looks like I'm gonna spend a little bit of the day here, but that's okay. I need to charge the phone. I'm still kind of griping about not being able to get data. I could spend the $10 and just so I could upload and then be really careful about how I use my data. But I mean, $10 for 2 gigabytes, that's just ridiculous. They should offer at least 10 gigabytes. A package with 10 and a package with 20. So Boost Mobile, or all the cell phone companies, take notes. What are you doing? Well, this is the view as I'm leaving Seal Rocks Park. I don't think you can really see it on there, but I'm trying to pay attention to walking. I made the repairs to my sleeping bag and to my thermal layer pants, and hopefully they hold up. It should. I did a pretty good stitch, I guess, but I'm not the best. I kind of just did it fast and dirty. But, over the time, I've learned how to do the quickest one I can, the quickest stitch I can that I know will hold. So, should be good. And I also, I repaired my poncho. You probably noticed that the tear in the neck was getting larger and larger. And, originally, I cut it a little bit on purpose so that I could put it over my head and have that little cocoon when it rains. I used a combination of duct tape and crazy glue. And crazy glue is something else that I picked up last minute that I kind of forgot that I carried, because the combination of those two, the crazy glue and the duct tape, the combination of the two is it'll never come off. I mean, duct tape has good glue to begin with, but especially when you're repairing something that's plastic or nylon, which nylon is basically just plastic also. That combination, the super glue holds, the crazy glue binds to the plastic, and if you patch it with duct tape, put a little bit on the the glue side before you slap the duct tape on, and it's never coming off. So, little pro tip, I guess. I ain't no pro though. It's just something I learned along the way. I probably got it from watching somebody else, but I'm not sure exactly where I picked that up. I'm gonna find a spot to stop and take a few hours to catch myself up with editing videos and getting them ready. Then when I get to Wallport, hopefully I can find a Starbucks or something like that. We'll see. I don't know about Starbucks there. Hopefully someplace with Wi-Fi where I can just get something cheap, because at least that would be a lot cheaper than paying $5 a gigabyte for data online on my phone. So that's the plan. Well, it's not even that far along, but there's a little path right there, and I think it leads to a cliff edge or something here with the view of all this. Since the sun is going down, I guess I'll try to record that, and I'll take the time to edit some videos in the meantime. Like I said, I'm in no rush. I really need to eat something too. I didn't eat. I had a couple of those, literally just 2 of those chocolate-covered graham cracker cookies about 2 hours ago. So it's time to eat something. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Definitely a good place to get the sunset. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, I've been on the edge of cliffs up in the mountains, but everything below it was stationary. It's kind of a little different. Wow. I wonder if I could get away with spending the night here. I'm not even tired though. I probably could. Just find a flat spot here and just bivvy it. I don't know if it's gonna be, I don't know what the weather's like. I'm gonna have to check that. So yeah, I'm gonna spend a little time here and try to edit one video at least. Because why not? And then when the sun's about to go down, I'll try to get some footage of that. Yeah, there's a little grassy spot right there. It's like it was made to hang out on. Look at this, crazy.
That means extra.
All right, my people. So I just it's about an hour later. I could have eaten the couscous earlier, but I had a couple of those cookies and it brought my appetite down. Luckily, I stopped myself before I spoiled my appetite. But I just made the couscous. It's not coming out so hot on camera, but this is probably the best meal, cold meal I've had so far. This stuff is awesome. It's like a garlic and herb or something, and then I put that big pack of chicken in there, and that's a lot. But I haven't really, like I said, I didn't eat all day. I had just cookies in the morning and cookies. That's horrible to say, but yeah. So I'm gonna eat some of this to get some real nutrition, because I only ate cookies and I didn't eat a lot of them, but so I'm still at the same spot. I just took the video of that sunrise, and I wanted to make it go longer, but the video capped out at 33 minutes. 33, secret number, of course. But so I just let it go there, and I think I haven't rendered it yet. I want to speed it up and see how it looks. But I just hope that I'm hoping to get, the difference in light and the movement and all that. So we'll see how it comes out.